Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to your regular show, the Cricket Happening show with your host Ram today. Well, what I'm going to talk about as far as today is concerned on the topic of cricket is we are having the third one-day international which is coming up between Australia and Sri Lanka, which is going to be played at the Gabba in Brisbane. Now what is the good thing about it is Australia have added some strength to their batting now. Now as you know, the series have been leveled with some very good conditions prevailing for Sri Lanka. They were pretty lucky to actually win the toss and put the opposition in, and they rolled them out for a very low score, and then took to the target with an 8-wicket win, and that actually leveled the series. But now what Australia has done is Australia is absolutely strengthened, because David Warner is back, and you know what David Warner can do, what a difference he will make. Because the one good thing for him would be David Warner likes to play his strokes, and he's a natural instinct is to attack. So he's absolutely suited to this type of game, and I'm sure he definitely has the measure of all the Sri Lankan bowlers, and it would be a treat to watch David Warner getting into his element. Michael Clarke, the captain, comes back. You know what a tremendous form he's in, which is an added bonus because he's in some extreme form right now. And as I already said, my ICC Cricketer of the Year 2012 has already been, I've already announced it, and I've said that it is going to be Michael Clarke. I don't see any reason why Michael Clarke should not be getting the ICC Cricketer of the Year award in 2012. I'll be a bit surprised if Michael Clarke misses that. And Michael Clarke not only does it is his batting which is going to be the talking point, but also his captaincy. He's a very intelligent captain. We have seen what changes he makes, how he actually uses the existing resources and tries to get the best results out of them. And Michael Clarke is absolutely known for that now, and he's a wonderful captain for Australia right now. Not only doing that, he's also leading with the bat. So nobody can even point a finger at Michael Clarke. He's just leading them by example there. So Michael Clarke also coming to the team is going to greatly strengthen the team. And then they have George Bailey, who played well in the first match. He comes in, and then they have David Hussey, who likes to really play those big strokes. Matthew Wade is back, and Matthew Wade, what one has to really watch is that he had a sort of Ian Healy in a radio broadcast actually criticized Matthew Wade. But what is good about Matthew Wade, the wicketkeeper, was he was good to really take it as a constructive criticism, and in fact gave a phone call to Ian Healy, the former wicketkeeper and commentator, and the former and current commentator, and he actually sat with him for a cup of tea and basically decided to really open out and ask Ian Healy where he was going wrong. So that is a mark of a great cricketer. So it shows that Matthew Wade is willing to learn, and Ian Healy has definitely would have passed on all his tips, and Matthew Wade, probably one would reckon that we would see a better wicketkeeper in Matthew Wade in this particular third one-day international. Now Moises Henriques, right now he's in a bit of a doubt because he got hit in the nets twice, and so in the hand, and whether he's going to be there. So that's the precise reason Ben Cutting has been added to the squad. So he will bring that all-round what Moises Henriques, if at all Moises Henriques doesn't play, it will be Ben Cutting bringing the all-round mix into the party. And then the bowling also is strengthened now because Mitchell Starc is back. So that is something. So Mitchell Johnson and Mitchell Starc will actually share the new ball. Two left-armers sharing the new ball, and Clint McKay coming into the middle, and then the left-arm spinner Xavier Doherty. So for Australia, they are definitely strengthened, and probably the Sri Lankan bowlers have to bowl. I mean, as I said in the previous match, they were absolutely aided by the seam and swing conditions there at the Adelaide Oval. But here it's going to be different. As you know, Gabba Brisbane has always produced lots of scores. If you see the last three one-day internationals, it has always been in excess of 250 runs and even 300 runs. So as far and let's look at the Sri Lankan team now. For Sri Lanka, Dilshan and Upul Tharanga. Now what is very important for Sri Lanka is that if you look at the one-day internationals that they have played, it's very essential that an opening start is something very vital, and especially considering that Australia has strengthened now, Sri Lanka has to have a very good opening start. Upul Tharanga has not been doing the job. He has been failing. He has failed twice. Dilshan, well, he has been pretty consistent, getting up 50s under his belt, in the two one-day internationals. But what is required from Tilakendra Dilshan to play a long innings, Upal Taranga to get into the picture, and Mahela Jayawardene is the captain, as usual, will be leading the side. So it is also due that Mahela Jayawardene gets a good knock under his belt in this particular one-day international series. Lairo Thirimane, who has been, after coming from Australia, it has always been very good for him. He has been scoring runs, and probably Lairo Thirimane has to really get, in fact, as you know, he hit a maiden ton in the last one-day international, so he's in another person who is in some very nice form. And then we look at the all-rounders, Angelo Matthews with Jeevan Mendes and Thisara Pereira. Now Thisara Pereira also has to get a good knock, and this middle order and the late order has been a bit shaky, so that needs to really perk up. And then the wicket keeper, whether Dinesh Chandimal is going to play or whether Kushal Pereira, who played in the first match, would be persisted with. That remains to be seen. And the bowling would be in the hands of Lasith Malinga, as usual, the experienced one, Nuwan Kulasekara, who normally provides the breakthrough, and then they have the puzzling bowler Ajantha Mendes. But definitely nowadays all the batsmen have definitely got a measure of Ajantha Mendes, but it is not something to read in easily. As far as the conditions are concerned, I'm told it is going to be a very sunny day tomorrow, so there is going to be 33 degrees centigrade, so that is going to be good. So that is going to be good for batting. The sun is shining brightly. You know what it can do. The batsman can really, we can say, as you know, the saying goes, like the make hay while the sun shines. So I would say when the sun shines, make batting easy. So basically, when sun shines, the batsmen have to take real advantage out of it and really play, because when the sun is shining brightly, well, you can always see that the pitch is very, very easy to bat on, and the batsmen would definitely unveil their strokes, and they will get strokes. They will play strokes which will yield money. So basically, they'll play strokes for their money, I would say. So we are looking out for a good match, and I'm told that's going to be good pace and bounce for the bowlers. So either side, but as I said, Australia look to be pretty strengthened. So for Sri Lanka, their test would be to defeat this Australian side and go 2-1, and also say that even though Australia had a strengthened side, Sri Lanka could put across them. But whether the Australians are the ones who are going to leave that thing to be pretty easy, one does not know. One has to wait and watch. Tomorrow, today in fact, probably later in the day, it would be at the Gabba in Brisbane, the third one-day international, which is, as you know, the series is level, and we are into the third one-day international. Well, now as far as other news are concerned, the other news that is coming in, this is coming from West Indies, where the Caribbean T20 is going to be played, and one is told that Chris Gayle has declared himself that he would be playing the Caribbean T20, so that will be good attraction. But as you know, Chris Gayle has not been in some any good form. He definitely has to really rush into form pretty quickly if he has to regale the Caribbean crowds there. Other news, the Bangladesh Premier League is about to begin, but there's no Pakistani players, and that is pretty sad, as you know, as they have opted out of the last minute because the PCB did not actually sign the no objection certificate for the players to play. So that's the precise reason. And the other news that I have, well, I don't have much to really share. Unfortunately, unfortunately today, I'm going to end my Cricket Happening show for now. Unfortunately, it's not going the whole hog today. It's a very short cricket broadcast, but basically I just wanted to preview the third one-day international between Australia and Sri Lanka, which is going to be played at the Gabba ground in Brisbane tomorrow. That's it from me, your host Ram, for the cricket show for today. See you all tomorrow in my next cricket show. Until then, and tomorrow I'll be back with a full match report on the third one-day international between Australia and Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka will be played at the Gabba in Brisbane. And until then, it's goodbye from your host Ram. Thank you.